September 5th. We're out here sitting for the first time of the year. Hopefully we can get ourselves a big old buck on the first day. It could happen. Alright y'all, we're back for round 2, second sit of the season. It's been a couple weeks. Me and my brother did some scouting and found a good oak tree. Deer have been eating under. Lots of buck sign, huge buck track, so I'm gonna sit this evening, hopefully get a giant. Alright, y'all. This sit was pretty good. I had a bunch of deer come by eating acorns while I was sitting. I had one of our bucks that we got on camera. He's a 7-pointer. And all I gotta say is I guess the rut started already, because he was down there dogging 2 does around. I couldn't get them on film because they got way too late. But the deer are definitely moving today. But we'll get them next time. back at the same spot from last sit. I come back and brought a camera and one of those rack rub ropes. And there's tons of scrapes. There wasn't scrapes last time. I didn't jump any deer up this time coming in here, but I think this sit's gonna be way better. Might get that big one I'm after, but we'll see. All right, y'all. We're gonna give a little bit of a recap from yesterday. I didn't get to get much on footage because everything started moving late, but it was a little bit slow. Nothing was really moving much. I put a camera up to see what was coming around there when I ain't there. And as soon as it got like 6:30, about sunset, because it was cloudy and overcast, I looked through the woods and I seen deer, more movement, and I looked and it was a buck, and actually it was a good buck too. But the one was a 6-pointer, it looked like, and the other one was a big 8-pointer. But they were eating around an acorn tree and they would not come near me. And they were hanging out with like maybe 3 or 4 does. But I'm gonna move the stand today, go kind of where we can cut them off, and hopefully I get that big one this evening. Alright, we're at a different property. Different deer we're going after. Now, the only biggest buck we have at this one is a big 9-pointer that came in the other day. Everything else is like small, goofy stuff. But I'm mainly hunting down the giants, so never know, could get lucky, could come in. We're back at the original property. We're sitting in a different spot. I did some walking, and I did a lot of walking. I'm exhausted. Gotta walk up and down like 1,000 different hills, because there ain't no trees. Now, I'm gonna get really lucky if I could kill a giant today, but these last few days, we've had a couple big ones on camera. One that we call the 13-pointer. We thought he died from EHD. Kind of find out he showed up on camera and he got tiny and he lost all his kickers except one. Well, I still would shoot him if he comes by, because he's probably, I think he's about a 5.5, 6.5-year-old buck now. But that and a pretty big 10-pointer and a drop time buck. We call him a drop time buck, but he got no drop time left. He lost that this year. But hopefully we get it done. There's plenty of scrapes and a lot of them been hit today. Alright everybody, we're heading back out here again. We're going in the morning time this time. We just hung up the stands. Well, he stand yesterday, and 1:30 this morning had the big giant 10 come right by the stand, so he's in the area. Hopefully we can get him. It's currently 4:30. Getting up, it takes a while to get up here, so it's gonna be a while. But hopefully we can get him. So far, seen some deer. Besides those 3 bucks, the other one I couldn't get on camera good. He was just hurrying going across this field, but they're definitely moving now. Oh, I didn't see the 10-pointer yet, but I blew that grunt call, and that 4-pointer I heard behind me all here was just crashing. This sucker come bolting over here, coming after me. Oh, coming to the sound. But he hit around and then he went back out in the field. I mean, so far, it's pretty good. That other buck, he's a new deer. He's small. He was a small little 8-pointer. Tall, symmetrical little 8-pointer. But he know the big ones I'm after, but it's still early. The only bad thing is this wind's picking up worst comes to worst, just have to come back this evening, but it'd be nice if I get this big one now. Alright, I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret I like to use. So usually when we kill a buck, I'll cut the mocks off. I put them in a bag or usually put them in the fridge. And I'll usually come over to a scrape and I'll rub it all up and down these limbs, like the mocks, and rub them all on the ground and all kinds of stuff around the scrapes. And for some reason that just, I guess they know, oh, there's another buck around, but we're gonna rub some of this all over this trees, and maybe I might draw the big one out of the woods and get him to come over here a little closer. Back out here again. Round 2 for this spot. This morning went pretty good. Saw some decent bucks, but not the ones we're after. But I put those mocks out. Hopefully that the smell of that might whirl around this field. If anything like out of sight or something, my smell might come a little closer. But one thing I've learned about trying to kill a big deer is that it ain't just go in the woods and get them. It takes a lot of patience. And I definitely learned that if you can wait long enough, you are going to get that deer. Unless somebody else shoots it, well, you can't help that. But regardless, that's the #1 thing. Have patience. And you know you'll get them. Back out here in the stand today. It's been a day since the last time I come here. Not really much activity on camera. I mean, I know they've been coming not last night, but yesterday evening they were through here, some small bucks, but they've been going around the stand. Because there's multiple ways they can come. They can come from beside me, they come from in front of me, they come out in the grown up field. So I noticed the last 2 sits here, these deer aren't coming just through that way. I mean, they can cut around up that road and disappear. So who knows what's been coming around here, but it's another nice evening. The wind's just gonna blow a little bit this evening, and then it's gonna stop again. So it's gonna be pretty good. Hopefully get on a big one. Alright, we're out here. It's November 14th. We decided to come out this morning. It's cold, but these bucks are chasing. But when it was dark, I could hear them chasing all around me. And right when it got light, I had 2 bucks chasing a mom and a little one. And then just a couple of minutes ago behind me, I had a buck chasing a group of does around. One of them just come running back from behind me. It was a doe, but I ain't seen no buck yet. Too bad I couldn't get none of it on footage. It's just they were too far away. yesterday's hunt, yesterday evening's hunt, I didn't get much on footage because nothing really came around. But I could get the one part on footage right when it got dark. There was a mom and a little one. I think I did get them on camera when they first come out in the field. But I wasn't going to record them at all. But I was sitting here, and they were up right beside me in acorns. Then all of a sudden I hear steady walking coming. And a buck, I guess, smelt her and came up and chased her off. It was definitely, all I saw was a big body. I didn't see his head. I don't know what buck he was, but he had a deep grunt. But I had this morning, had a buck chase a doe, and that sucker was dogging that doe to death. I mean, she was blowing at him, she was gargling and stuff, but he must have been chasing her all night long. But there was a buck in the field when I got out here, because you can hear him, maybe a buck, but I can hear him out here walking. And you can hear him chase with the buck when he was chasing out the doe. And then he scared another doe behind me, and she started blowing. But yeah, that mom and that two little ones, I didn't get the two little ones on camera this morning because they were still in the woods, and she was nervous because they had a tractor up there at the house, so they got nervous at that. But hopefully that buck decides he wants to come back through here chasing that doe. Alright guys, we moved to a different spot. Well, we moved the whole stand to a different spot. We moved it to where we moved the camera, and it's getting photos of the big ones. Well, mainly one big one. But we moved it here, and the buck sign is definitely insane. I have multiple shots, and I'm gonna try to do a little bit of rattling just to get him out. I know he's bedded nearby, just to see if I can get him out of his bed to come over here. But hopefully that can happen, because it'd be nice if I can get him today. it sounded like he was rubbing a tree. And he would not run until I got like 10 feet from him. Then he finally trotted away. But that's really been about it. I mean, I heard some stuff. But them group of does, I mean, I'm surprised nothing was behind them. They kept looking behind themselves like something was coming, but I guess it wasn't. That's crazy. But, I mean, it's still early. So, never know. Hopefully one of the big ones come by and decide to go. Come right in front of me. Alright guys, this is the evening time from this morning. So this could go either two ways. We could have another long video, or one will come by this evening. We have a nice short video, which I would like to have more footage, but I would like to kill one this evening, one of the big ones. I got down in this spot, it's a flat, it's been treed out, and there's plenty of deer sign. I jumped up a doe, getting over here. She was bedded right in the ditch. But I can overlook this whole thing, so there ain't no skirting around for these deer. Hopefully, one of them decides they want to come by. The wind is blowing pretty good. It's blowing a really good direction. Way, way, way from where these deer are coming from. Now I'm pretty much in the bedding area of that big one that we call the drop tine buck. He doesn't have a drop tine no more, but we still call him that because he used to have a 10-inch drop tine off the side of his left side. But hopefully him or the big giant 13-pointer comes by. Alright y'all, we're going back out. It's been a while since I last hunted with the shotgun. It's been a week since I hunted. It's Friday, just snowed, it's butt off. It's not deep snow, but camera sent 8 o'clock this morning. Bucks chasing does all around my stand. Now, I should have got it on video, but I did some scouting during, that Sunday, day after I made the first part of our first set of shotgun. And put some cameras up and was trying to hopefully see if any of the big ones are coming by, and I ain't got to checking them yet. I might have to check them tomorrow or the next day, but I do know that they should be moving today, and it's gonna be nice. So hopefully Big Boy will be down on the ground. That's what we all pray. Looks like we got our first bit of deer sign. Like a little set of tracks coming up this thing, up this hill. So, and they went this way. It almost looks like a scrape. This is the first set. It looks like a little one. There's a little button buck that lives around here. He's by himself. That might be him then. Just keep looking. Not too long after just got off, and I got into this one spot, and there's some big buck tracks in here. You could see where they've been in here digging around for food, for acorns. Now, I mean, this is how big these tracks are. I mean, they're pretty big. I don't know which way he went. They're scattered all up through this top. There might be. Alright, see which way he's going. Maybe. Right here. Oh, these are not old. Alright, so he was going this way. So I'm going away from him, which I really don't want to jump anything up. But I'm going to try to keep going and sneak. Hopefully we can get in here without being detected. Alright, got a little bit of a recap so far. I thought this deer was going the other way. No, I'm on his trail. These tracks, there's a pee right there where he peed. So he's heading down this hill and going in to this treed stuff. I ain't jumped or seen anything yet, but the tracks are getting fresher and fresher. They're not like just now tracks yet, but we're getting there. They're going the same way I'm going. So if I could stay on his trail, I should be able to see what he is. Hopefully he doesn't run before I see him before he sees me. But that might be the next clip that you see. Right there, guys. There's a doe. Put it down. She doesn't know. I mean, she's been looking at me. But she doesn't know I'm here. She keeps looking around a lot. The big body doe too. I guarantee there's more laying on that top. Oh, there she goes. Alright, good. Oh, there goes more. There goes more. Oh, I know those deer. I know these deer. I know those deer. They're a mama and two little ones. That was freaking cool. So, I'm sitting here, just fiddling with the camera, getting ready to start walking. And I look over and there's just a deer laying there. Now, if it was a buck, I would have threw that freaking gun up and blasted him, but I noticed it was a doe. And I knew there had to be more than one, but they didn't blow, so that's good. But this isn't even the deer I'm tracking, so it's pretty good. She saw me, but she wasn't like too worried about it. But let's get back on the track. Alright, we made it. I didn't record much after that. I found some more deer sign. Really, really, really fresh tracks. I mean, I know I didn't jump anything up coming in here. Now, I didn't see the deer where they went. Those buck tracks that I showed when I first started, they went up the hill. But both the tracks split. And I tracked the one until he went up in this thick stuff. And I look, I'm like, I ain't going in there. Because I want to hurry up and get to where I'm at. I'm sitting in this nice spot where I can overlook this whole gully and hill. I mean, like 200, 300 yards of it. This is mainly a scouting, trying to find which way these deer are coming through. Now, I found all kinds of deer tracks. When I put that camera up, I found, see, those fresh buck tracks going right through. Coming up this way where I'm at. I took my time, I didn't see anything else, but this is a really good spot. But the one bad thing is they could come from behind me too. But I think that really won't happen. But hopefully they don't see me. But maybe, hopefully next scene is a deer. I'm back up on this top where yesterday there was a bunch of buck tracks and snow on thaws, and look at that. Some hit this scrape last night or today. That's really fresh buck turds. So that means we got another buck in the area. Let's keep going. I really don't want to scare anything up. So, alright, we're back in the tree. Well, we made it. I jumped up one deer, but it didn't know where I was. It just heard a little limb crack. It got up. The deer didn't run off. It went off the other side of the hill. So I stuck in here and I found the best tree I could. I mean, all the other good trees are covered up. We're two in the thick. I'm trying to get into a spot where I can overlook the hill and this top. I'm sitting where the drop time buck came through, so hopefully no deer decide they want to sneak past me today, which should take will be able to do it today. Alright everybody, we're back out here for again and again. I haven't been out all week, so in reality, I don't know what's been coming through here. Shotgun is officially over, and now it's muzzleloader again. But I'm not hunting with the muzzleloader, I'm hunting with the bow. I've already shot the muzzleloader deer, so still under this big one. The camera sent the day after, well, last day of shotgun and the day after. The big 13 pointer still alive, and the drop time buck's still alive. So we're back in the climber again, sitting in their bedroom, and hopefully try to catch him coming by. But we'll see. Well, of course, I'm sitting here and I can't hear behind me. And I got a bloody crook on, all of a sudden I just hear this loud stomp. And I look behind me and there's a giant doe just staring at me. And of course, she started acting stupid and started stomping and blowing and blowing. If she came back, I was gonna shoot her ass. But she got away. She ran down the hill blowing like crazy. So this spot's probably ruined. But I mean, pray to God that the big one wasn't around to hear it. I mean, she was just blowing her brain. She was just blowing her whole everything out, just to tell everything I'm here. She smelled me because the stupid wind's blowing wrong. It's blowing to my face behind me where all the deer come from. It never blows like that, so it'll be a miracle if anything comes by now. Alright everybody, we're out here in the evening sit after what happened this morning. So hopefully they should come by. There should be some deer. But this is the spot that's mainly going to have the 13 pointer. Now he's random. He could come by any day, any time, any minute. Mainly just any time. So praying that he comes by this evening because he's got to get down this year. Because he's already shrinking. This is not as big as last year was his biggest. But hopefully we can get him. She comes any closer, she's gonna get it. The second one that just came out. Looks like the little one. That's the big mama. Looks like a yearling. Keep waiting, hopefully big papa comes out. Alright guys, we're back out here again. It's been a long time since I came back out here. I'm not feeling too good. I'm sick as a dog. I got the flu, which I'm kind of recovering from it. But I got it bad. And I'm kind of recovering. Right now I'm hacking up shit, coughing and dying in this tree. But it's been a long time since the last time I've been out. Just work is ate I don't get off until like dark every day. So, but weekends are the only times I get to do this stuff. I only get Saturday because where I'm at, you can only hunt Saturdays. During the weekends, you can't hunt Sundays. So the camera's been here for a while, and deer been in here every day, frequently. We had a new buck show up. It's a decently big 7-pointer. But I mean, if he comes in, he'll get shot. But except him, all it is some young bucks, nice young bucks. But they're young, and I'm gonna save them for next year. But hopefully a doe comes in. That's what I'm looking for, a doe. But I'm praying to the Lord above that I could get one down, because this season has been a train wreck. But I am grateful for the one I did get, and it's okay if I don't get another one, because I'm satisfied. But I would like to get one more deer to really cap off the year. Please say I was successful. But hopefully I get one. Meow. Well, everybody, we're back again. This is the end of the 2025, kind of 2026 season. It was not, well, take that for granted. I did kill another muzzleloader buck. That's 3 years in a row. So, I'm happy about that. But the quest for the giant did not go as planned. That one sit I did, I don't know if I recorded or not, but I went and he showed up daytime, 7:30 in the morning, coming by a camera about a quarter of a mile away from my stand. Probably not even that, but he came by heading a direction we've never seen him going. Well, not really. I kind of suspected him to go that way, but that's the last photo we got of him. He never came back. I know where he's at. We're going to find him shed season. But he went back to his summer spot, and we were too late. We missed our chances all hunting season, but I mean, that's the chances you take. You can't get them all. 13-pointer lives again. 3 years in a row, still have yet to kill this deer. He is another legend. He's one of the legendary bucks we've ever went after. I mean, this deer is so smart. He refuses to eat anything else. I think he only eats around his bed. If there was twigs, if there was dead leaves on the ground, he would only eat dead leaves. That's how dedicated he is to not come in. But hopefully we can find his sheds this year. We're still yet to find any of his sheds. This deer is literally a gray ghost. You never see him. We have seen glimpses of him. But the glimpses we've seen were like split second. That's how good he is. But hopefully we can find his sheds. But overall, saw some deer. But this year, the deer count was bad. I know EHD hit Maryland really bad, especially in the PG County areas, or mainly around, but around that area, they hit even worse and killed a lot of our deer. It hit Charles County a little bit, hit Calvert, St. Mary's, blah, blah, blah. It didn't really hit up in the northern counties too bad, but I think it took a lot of them deer out and scared them, and they don't, for some reason, they just did not want to come around. But the deer count was bad. I saw more deer last year than anything. Does were limited. We have like 2 big herds that probably have 7. That's it. And they barely ever daylight or come around. Couldn't even get a doe. That's how bad it is. But had plenty of bucks coming in. We're done for the year. We're taking all our stuff out. We're going to put this summer tons of stuff out for the deer this summer. The goal is to keep them around because the property we hunt, no, everybody used to plant it, and that's what kept the deer around, but they haven't planted in years, and well, not, yeah, actually years, probably about 5 years now, they haven't planted that place, and it's taken a toll. The deer don't want to come around during the summer anymore, or hang around during the summer. They go to a property far, far away. They go to all the neighboring properties that have fields because that's the only food source they have. But I mean, I saw plenty of deer, but I am very grateful for that muzzleloader buck, because if it weren't for him, this would have been a waste of year. Because I want to at least get a deer down, but I did see plenty of cool things. Some things I wish I got on camera, like that 8-pointer that ran by me. I still don't understand. He came back. He's on camera. So I don't know where he's been, but he came back. Him, a big 7-pointer that we've never had on camera. He came around a bunch of other small bucks, 7-pointers that are all 2.5-year-old bucks, which are going to be monsters next year. But there is one thing I want to add to the ending of this 2025-6 season, is one thing. So when I killed this muzzleloader buck, I didn't add this in the video because it was too late. When I shot this deer, me and my brother looked at it and we're like, this deer looks familiar. Come to find out, this is, mind you, where we found these sheds is super far away. This deer, here's the sheds from last year. He was bigger last year, way bigger. This is him this hunting season when I killed him. We're assuming this deer is 6.5 years old because this is probably his 6-year-old set when I killed him. Here's his, I assume, 5-year-old set. I mean, pretty decent mass. He's a non-typical, no doubt. Big 6-point side and 8-point sides when he had brow tine. Then I can't find the shed. We had, my brother this hunting season found another one of his sheds to this side, and I'm so confused about that. And this definitely tells me a lot about deer, because this side was the shed ones we found from shed season. These were not even, these were way from where I shot him this year. But then my brother found a shed from the year before, this side, this set. And it was where I shot him this year. So that told me that this buck was traveling every year back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Which actually is very crazy how they do that. I don't know why he did that, because he wasn't around last year. Never had a photo of this deer. But this, I found where we found this set. This must be his 3-year-old shed, because the one I can't find right now, it's around here, it's his 4-year-old shed. This is his 3-year-old shed. Comparing it, he used to have a little tine sticking out, but it's him, no doubt. This was a little bit away from where we found that, but not too far. But that proves it even more that this deer was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The only one, well, 2 deer that did not do this was the 13 and a big giant 9-pointer I shot, which, I don't know, I might make a video about that deer. That was the year I wish I had footage. Hopefully that more videos will be coming out after this. I just been so busy. I've really been wanting to make more videos. I just don't have the time. I work really late all day long, but I'm going to try my best to make some more videos. I'm definitely going to try to make a squirrel hunting video. Maybe a shed hunting video, who knows, but this fishing season, this is going to be my tournament trail. I'm going to kind of document it through my journey, but it's going to be a lot of tournament. I'm going to make maybe some challenge videos, tons of fishing videos. I'm going to try to do my best, but maybe next year it'll be different. But until next time.